Hello, my name is Melissa. I would like to know more about the finances of the Global Methodist Church. Specifically, I'm aware of how apportionments worked in the United Methodist Church. How does the Global Methodist Church fund itself?
That's a great question, Melissa. And the way you phrased it, and funding itself, is an appropriate way to fund it. It's kind of telling. So let me explain the difference. So the United Methodist Church has what they call apportionments. The Global Methodist Church does not have apportionments. Our equivalent of it is called Connectional Giving, but we think it's more than just terminology, the difference. Apportionments are basically this. The general church in the annual conference figures out what they want to do, what they feel God is calling them to do, and then what that will cost. And then they get the total number, and you're apportioned, each church is apportioned its fair share of that. So they determine what they want to do, and then they apportion or assign you your part. The Global Methodist Church sort of flips that around. And the way we do it is we ask each church to generously give to Connectional Giving a certain percent. It cannot go over 1.5% of your income to the general church, and it cannot go over 5% of your income for the annual conference. And then based on what comes into your church generously gives, and then the leadership figures out what they're able to do with the resources that God gives them. So currently, the way our Connectional Giving is set up is that churches are asked to give 1% to the general church. South Georgia has decided that we're going to set our Connectional Giving percentage at 0%. So there's no required amount that a church must give. Now we hope that God will move on people's hearts and the congregations will give generously to the Provisional Annual Conference in South Georgia, but nothing is required. And also you can request simply by writing me an email that you want a waiver from that 1% that goes to the general church, and that will be granted to give you time to sort of build up your resources, and hopefully God will move you to give generously during that time, but nothing would be required of you. So I hope that answers the question, Melissa.